Hi, I'm Trevor. Today I'm going to take you through some of the packages that we have available for hire here at Lydney Music. Also giving you some hints, tips and suggestions on how to set this stuff up. Here we go.
Our equipment available for hire at Lydney Music can vary in appearance and models, but mostly operates in much the same way. For this demonstration, we'll be using our HK rig to show you how a typical system goes together. First, let's set up the speakers. These speakers can be mounted either on stands or on top of other speakers, and we'll show you how to do both. With stands, you open them by undoing the screw handle at the top of the legs and they should splay open. Make sure they're wide enough to support the weight of the speaker and to stay stable if anybody should happen to bump into them. Tighten the screw handle back up and that should keep them steady. Towards the top there is another screw handle, and this allows the upright pole to be extended for more height. There's also a pin that fits through the pole and stops it sliding back down. Allow the pin to rest on top of the outer tube and lock in place by tightening the screw handle. These speakers can be heavy and quite cumbersome, so you might need to find someone to help you guide the pole into the hole on the bottom. Alternatively, you can place the speaker on its back on the ground and insert the stand into the hole. With bending your knees, pick up the speaker and walk it to an upright position. When using subs or bass bins, the top speakers fit on poles very much like the stands, except one end goes into the sub and the other into the speaker. On our HK system, they screw fit into the sub, but on other models, the pole just slides into a hole. The height can be adjusted in the same way as the stands using the pin and screw handle, and then the speaker goes on top. Now let's go around the back of the speakers and take a look at how to fit the cables you'll be needing. Our HK rig is an active system, which means all speakers will need an individual power supply, courtesy of an IEC or a kettle lead. Leave the speakers powered off for the time being. The mixer will be powered by the same type of kettle lead. To connect the speakers to the mixer, we'll need to come out of the mixer from the main output and into the speaker via the speaker input. Turn down the gain for the moment as you set things up to stop any unwanted feedback occurring. And repeat this for both left and right speakers. To set up the mic, connect it to the XLR lead and the other end into the mixing desk. All these knobs and buttons may look confusing, but they're quite simple really. Each vertical line is one channel, and then that's just repeated along the mixer. At the top is a small EQ, and at the bottom is the volume for the mic. Now power up your speakers and turn the gain to around 12 o'clock. And check that this setting is on line. Now turn up the mic level and use the main mix slider to control the overall volume of the rig. If you have a system with subs, then this is how to set up using the crossover. On the back of the subs, there are a few more connections, but they're very self-explanatory. Here we have the power, which uses the same type of kettle lead. The main inputs, just like the top speakers, will come from the main output of the mixer and into the sub. If you're using a rig with just one sub, then both left and right go into the sub. But if you are using two, then you'll only need left in one and right in the other. Inside the sub there's a clever system called a crossover. This takes all the bass sound for the sub and then passes through the mid and the high range to the top speakers, so you don't have to drive them so hard. So to connect the top speakers to the subs, come out of the mid-high range and into the input on the top speakers. Again, if you're only using one sub, you'll come out of both left and right and into the relevant top speaker. Now power up the sub and then the top speakers. Turn up the gain and the mic. And again control the volume via the main mix on the mixer. When it comes to packing away, just do exactly the same in reverse, but please remember to turn all volumes down before unplugging any of the speakers or cables. We hope that this has been helpful, but if you still have any questions about setting up any of our equipment, then please feel free to contact one of our technicians.